After a heinous civil war in Guatemala in 1984, impoverished families were emerging from hiding to rebuild their lives. Hearing a Latino missionary speak of desperate need for land access among the peasant farmers in Central America, a man named Skip, a young Chinese lawyer living in Seattle, leaned in. The seeds of Agros and the vision to reunite impoverished farmers with the land that was their livelihood and birthright were planted. Skip traveled to Guatemala and by 1984 began rebuilding the first Agros community in a tiny rural village decimated by war. His dream grew to encompass a plan to offer families a fair opportunity to lift themselves out of poverty through long-term partnerships with local staff specializing in programs of land access, agricultural training, financial empowerment, preventative health care, and educational access. Their vision continues to be repairing the network of relationships that enable individuals to live dignified and healthy lives within thriving communities. We were able to sit down with President and Executive Director Alberto Solano, who has been with Agros for 3 years, to hear his story.
I've been working in economic development all my career.
Okay.
Always leading organizations in Latin America and working in the fields of agriculture, technology, and microfinance.
Okay.
I was looking for new opportunities and I just read the posting of Agros and what the job was about, what the organization stands for. I knew that's what I wanted to do, so I applied when I was living in Colombia.
Okay.
I moved here in October 2015. By design, when we develop a village, we buy land, bring the poorest families, we work with them in health, education, build an economic generating business, and over 8-10 years they pay it back, and they become self-governance. So by design, the model is one that thrives for self-governance rather than assistance and foreign aid.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Faith for me has been something private, something that you do with family, by yourself, you go to church. It's not something that's publicly discussed. However, Agros is different. People who join Agros join to support and make an impact on all those people's lives. But at Agros, we see this as a calling. It's a calling to serve, and it's inspired by the life of Christ. Therefore, we're very open in embracing the faith component in what we do and looking for opportunities to always let our acts show what we believe, but at the same time be very candid on building those relationships with others that express our faith. No. Actually, this is the first time where I've brought my faith to work. All my career, I've been working in organizations that are secular, where faith is something that is just not discussed at the workplace, or is even part of the organizational values. So it's been a rich experience for me, a new one, one that, to be very candid, when I was applying, I wasn't sure if that was a plus or a minus. If I was going to find an environment where I was not going to fit, even that I'm a Christian, because I didn't know about it. And it took me days to start seeing the benefits, definitely the pluses, of developing your work and your career in an environment that embraces your beliefs, your faith, and where there's a lot more than just social justice involved in what you do. There's a calling in what we do. I think it's about transforming lives, and what we do is we transform lives in Latin America, and we build communities and do economic development there. But we do it in a way that invites others to join. So we have a lot of donors and a lot of support here that by joining us to help people in Latin America, they're transforming their lives as well, because they're, being exposed to different experiences, knowing about different people. So there's a transformation that occurs in Latin America with those poor families. But at the same time, there's a transformation that occurs here with our donor base, with our supporters. Therefore, as Agros, our real role is to be that intermediary that helps that transition between the two people that we work with. Well, mission trips are opportunities for people here in the U.S. to go and have a real-time experience, a real-life experience with the work that we do. and with the realities of other countries, particularly in rural areas, which are very different. And so mission trips are designed to bring families here to meet families in Latin America and understand the deepness of the work that Agros does and understand the realities and challenges that those families have to face every day. Well, there's many ways to support Agros. First one, I will say pray for Agros, pray for the work we do, pray for the work of the families in Latin America. Visit our staff, get to know the different volunteer opportunities that we have here and in Latin America as well. And then, spread the word. Tell your friends about Agros, visit our webpage. And if you're interested in knowing more, please join us and you can contribute financially as well.